And I'm so grateful for this church, what God is doing. There's three, what we call legacy lanes. And here's what our legacy lanes are. And I've really condensed them because this is just my personality. But here, there, everywhere. Here, there, everywhere. Here is local, what we're doing on a local level here in our city, in our surrounding areas, national, what we're doing in the United States, and as well as everywhere, international, all right? So do me a favor. This next part should be fun, all right? Because this is what our church has done, but also what our church is going to do here, there, and everywhere. All right, church, say it with me. Say here, there, everywhere. All right, that could be a new song, new legacy song, huh? We making a difference here. Okay. Here, there, everywhere. All right. All right, so here's what we're doing everywhere. We're going to go from big all the way down to small. Here's what we've been doing everywhere is, man, we have partnered with Children's Cup. And can I just tell you with Children's Cup, because of your generosity, we are helping predominantly, it's all over the world, but predominantly in Africa. We are feeding children in Africa as well as giving them an education and building schools in Africa because of your generosity. So come on, church, give it up for yourselves. As well as Feed One program. We've heard about Feed One, and we've been doing Children's Cup and Feed One. Now, this is Children's Cup for 2021, Feed One since 2019 as well. And at Feed One, we're feeding children in El Salvador, children in Haiti as well. Any type of crisis, Feed One is there. And what we've always loved about Feed One is that not only are they giving children 2 square meals a day, because they only get 1 at home, they're getting 3 square meals a day. But what I love about Feed One is that also they're telling them about Jesus as well as teaching them how to farm, how to grow their own food. And so that's what we love about Feed One. And so that's what we're doing everywhere. Here's what's next, all right? Here's what I love. Missions trips in 2022. I'm excited to go to missions. Man, we tried some pandemic got in the way, all right? And then also we have, hey girl, all right? We have our first in-house missionary that we're going to send her to Poland. I'm excited for that. All right, she doesn't even know. Wave everybody real quick, Melody. Just wave, all right? There's Melody. And man, we are going to send her to Poland, as well as we just learned of another opportunity for Leah as well. Wherever you're at, Leah, wave your hand as well. She's going full-time by faith and serving a great organization. And so, man, how many know we're going to make a difference? We're going to make a difference. We're going to make a difference. So that's what we're going to do everywhere. All right. Missions trips. I'm pumped, man. We're excited. We're supposed to go to Panama, right? We're supposed to go to South America, but how many know the devil's a liar and we're going next year? All right. Here's what we're doing there. All right. Here's there with ARC because of your generosity. Man, with ARC, we have helped plant 991 churches. 991 churches. Man, can I tell you also, too, we have our good friends that we've personally helped out as a church as well, Brian and Emily. And it's tomorrow, 24 years of marriage. Come on. They're right here as well. Make sure you harass them, hug their neck. Come on, somebody. All right, Brian he loves hugs, okay? Just hug them all day, all right? 24 years, and they're here celebrating in Vegas, but also the Heart LA has launched, when did they launch? September, right? September. They're doing great. Here's what I love. God gave them a building in downtown LA. So that's Heart LA. They're doing really good. David Randall came here. We blessed them as a church, as well as the Father's House in Sacramento. In where? Thank you so much. I am so sorry if I messed it up, guys. Chito, I'm sorry. All right. But yes, the Father's House, we are coaching them and we're helping them. They have secured a school in California to do church services. They're launching in January, as well as the Cause Church, right? Brian is sharing the Cause in Star, Idaho. How many know Idaho needs Jesus too? And Star, Idaho. And can I just tell you about the Cause Church? Brian and Sharon came here. Our team gave them all access to everything we do here. And then afterwards, we took them to lunch at our HQ, at our headquarters. And Brian and Sharon were able to ask every single person on our team, what do you do and how do you do it? What do you do and how do you do it? I have a question about this. I have a question about that. And so this is what we're doing. We are making a difference everywhere and there. We're making a difference in our country, and there's so much more we want to do, but here's what's next for there. Man, we're going to help ARC break the 1,000 barrier of life-giving churches in the United States. All right? We're going to continue to help plant churches. How many know, man? But for Lindsay and I, how do I say this in the correct way? We want to do things for others that no one perhaps did for us. And so instead of getting bitter, we're going to get better. And we're going to plant. We are going to be a planting machine at Avenue Church. Also, okay, so that's everywhere. That's there. How about here? All right, here's the Just One Project. I calculated we've given over 40 hours of just time and serving and loving on the Just One Project. They feed 20,000 people every month in our city. The Just One Project is incredible. Club Christ, we partnered with them this year, and Club Christ here in our city, they're helping children in less fortunate circumstances come in and get an education, get ready for school supplies, all those different things as well. They help them get an education so they can go into the workforce. And so, man, we love Club Christ. Also, 14 of our A-teamers went to a trauma training 2 weeks ago, and man, we are now getting trained how to deal with trauma, but as well as we're part of Dr. Kimberly Malloy's trauma initiative, and that we're going to make a difference in our city. Now, can I just tell you the next time, and man, our prayer is God protects the city. God loves this city. I ain't Sin City. It's God's city. God protects this city, but next time there is a crisis because we live in a broken and fallen world, we're going to be there. We're going to be there. We're going to help, we're going to hug, we're going to love, and we're going to get them through trauma. But as well as Rundle Elementary, I remember that, right? Miss Rebecca's school. And man, we donated school supplies to my east side. Come on, somebody. And man, we were able to bless that elementary school. That's what we're doing here in our city. And there's so much more we want to do. But can I just tell you, here at Avenue Church, please get excited for this. Matt, 386 people have accepted Jesus. That's incredible. That's huge. And can I be real with you online as well? We don't do this. We don't go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20. Write down 20. We only count Connect cards. And so during this pandemic, I know this number was greater during the pandemic because we weren't getting Connect cards. And we weren't getting online forms because y'all. That's all I'm going to say. But you know what? We want to make sure we have integrity in every number. We're not just throwing numbers up on a screen, but 386 people have filled out a Connect card and check mark, I gave my life to Jesus, or I rededicated my life to Jesus. That's huge. That's huge. How about this? How many were here last Sunday? 9 people got into that water baptism tank. 9! Man, I'm so proud. One of them got in with their clothes on. Like I need to get baptized. It was powerful. So here at Avenue Church, 130 people have been water baptized. Now, can I tell you, every semester we do small groups, and my small group's the best group. Just letting you know that. Just throwing it out there, all right? Where's my lunch and learn people there? Yeah. All right, and so, man, so we're on break. We're going to be picking up back in the spring semester. But here's what I love. Every semester we do small groups. And can I just tell you, this semester was our biggest semester yet. We have 15 small groups all over the city of Las Vegas. And can I tell you, man, we have North Las Vegas small groups. We have Henderson small groups. We have Northwest small groups. We have Southwest small groups. We have small groups all over our city. Also, what we did here, and this is my favorite, but this is pretty cool too, is we brought on a next gen director, Brittany Fink, and she's rocking it with our kids. Our kids are busting at the seams over there. She's rocking out Avenue students on Thursday nights as well. Man, there's so much that we're doing at our church. Young adults last Friday, right? Young adults, where you at? All right, man. Young adults had a Friendsgiving. That's not old, but I did that. Friendsgiving, is that what you guys call it? You know, like. They had a Friendsgiving. Also, what we did here at Avenue is we rebranded Avenue Kids. All shirts, canopies, things like that. Because, man, we wanted to say, you know what, maybe our colors are a little off, like orange and blue, you know? And so now we have this whole color scheme and all those different things. You might be saying, so what's next? Pastor, what's next? You know what I mean? So here's what we're doing. What's next is we have a big heart for the foster care system in our city. A huge heart for our foster care system. And so what we're doing, and we're going to talk about this more next Sunday, but we are adopting 40 kids for Christmas as a church. And we got names, we got ages, we got what they want for Christmas. And we're going to make an impact. And can I just tell you, this is just Christmas fostering hope here in our valley, but they're going to be a new partner for us. And we are going to make an impact. Can I tell you, like you are not an oops, you're not an accident. God wants you and we want you, you know? And man, we want to make an impact in our city with fostering hope. Also, you see our canopy back there. We have a new believers assimilation. And we understand Connect's amazing, our formerly growth track, steps 1, 2, 3, and 4. Get on the team, make a difference. But Pastor Lindsay and the team, they've got together and they've done a really phenomenal job. Man, I just gave my life to Jesus. What do? Well, get into Connect. Go into Connect, but go to the canopy first. We have some great material for you. We're helping people not just read their Bible, but even see the Bible come to life, and Bible reading plans. We're giving you a free book by Chris Hodges called What's Next? I took a major step. What do? What's next? We have this. We have groups coming that we're going to be talking a little bit more about this. How do I go deeper in my relationship with Jesus? Because I don't know how to by myself. I need others to help me. We have a new believers assimilation, and we do have a need. Every week we're pulling out more and more chairs. Every week our kids are busting at the seams. We have a need for another service, and yeah, it's huge. And for me, I want you to know my heart. My heart is another service is another service. That's double the A team, double amazing volunteers. Double the time, the length, all those different things. But I am grateful. Can I just tell you, this is a good problem to have. It's a great problem to have. Now, how many know we are one church in 2 locations? We have our online audience as well. Guys, I hope you're commenting. Oh, come on, somebody. Because we're also working on our online broadcast, lower thirds. I mean, there's things that we want to do. But right now, we have another service. But can I just share with you, this is personal for me, because I've grown up in church. I've been a part of church. I've been on staff at churches. But you trigger finger back there? Huh? No. But this is my perhaps God prayer. A permanent building. A permanent building. A place to call home. Now hear my heart. It's not capital campaign. I'm not doing those. It is not, this is what we need, you know. We'll never ask you to give. We'll ask you to ask God. And obviously we're going, people around us is going to help us, but perhaps God will give us a building. Go back. Yeah, perhaps God will give us a building that where we can bring people to come in, and we'll feed them groceries, but then we'll pray for them. And man, we'll feed them for the week or the month. Maybe God can heal them after we receive those items. A lot of times people are more open to prayer when they learn how much you care. Yeah, I have so much fun at the Just One Project and saying, how are you doing today? Some people have their windows like shut, and then they crack it, and then finally it comes all the way down. I'm like, what's up? You know, and people are smiling and they're enjoying it instead of being embarrassed. No one should ever have that feeling. But I'm saying, can we meet? And this is not, oh, Pastor Jeremy, this is what he wants. I'm just throwing it out there. I got ideas. But here's what I want to share with you. I don't want, our church, our city doesn't need just another church building. Our city doesn't need just another church service. Our city needs revival, right? Our city doesn't need another church service. But man, our city, they have some needs that need to be met. You know, I was walking through, I was in Anaheim this week, and I've been on the Strip as well. You walk in like Caesar's Palace, right? If you go to Caesar's Palace, you go upstairs, that second level. There's massive rooms. In my church planter heart, I'm always like, they could put like 3 churches in here, you know what I mean? Like this is incredible, right, Brian and Emily? I mean, it's just like, are you serious? And I love the entertainment industry, and I love, here's what I love about Vegas. People are always like, where's your church on the Strip? No, but we have amazing people that work on the Strip that attend Avenue. There's people that want another service because they're working right now. And they're watching us on the rebroadcast, and we hear you. But I want you to understand, I don't want just another building that's open on Sunday or open on Wednesday night. Here's kind of our dream. I want a building that, number one, you can go to the next slide. Number one is a church, and a church with English and Espanol. Jesus Cristo te ama mucho. El diablo es caca. But also, we want a counseling center. We want a counseling center that's open 24/7, that individuals can come in and receive trauma and receive help and we want a counseling center. Now, I want a community outreach. We used to service one day, 10,000 guests of honor, 2,000 volunteers. Man, we want to do that often. Man, we want to make Just One project, say, hey, Just One, come to our property. All right, come here, and we have plenty of room. And man, because every location that Just One has, it's bottlenecking into the streets. It's become unsafe for volunteers and cars. Man, we want a leadership college. And this is twofold. Hear me out. This is twofold. You can clap for that, right? We want a leadership college. We want individuals to get their degree if you're a young adult or if you're a working adult. You could come in the evenings, do online, whatever it is. But we want a leadership college here. And we want a building that has meeting spaces. You know how many weddings I've done that in venues, like in Vegas, you can only see a venue that's like 1,000 or 2,000 people venue. And then there's venues maybe 20 or 30 or 50 maybe. Now we want to say, you know what? We can organize your event, your thing, whatever it is, meeting spaces. We want a print shop. We want a print shop. So people are like, why? So we can employ people from our church and create merch that can go out to other churches, organizations, things like that. Man, come on, everybody. We want a daycare center. We want a daycare center. That's not crazy expensive. Can I get an amen? Man, maybe that daycare center will eventually lead to a Christian school. I don't know. But listen to me. I'm not doing like any of these things. I'm going to do this one. Can you imagine me? You're like, oh, hold on, I'm going to go counsel this person. Hold on, I'm going to go leadership. Now, we need people in all of these avenues. Here's what I love. We need a coffee shop. I want a coffee shop. I love coffee, and Jesus does too. He wrote a book in the Bible called Hebrews. That was good, huh? As you drink your energy drink. But man, we want a coffee shop that's a great place for people to come, work, do their homework, meet people, but also, man, maybe that coffee shop can impact missions. Maybe that coffee shop can impact all the local ministries that we have. A coffee shop where we hire people and baristas, things like that. But it's a coffee shop that is open Monday through Sunday. It's open during church. Maybe. We put a recording studio. Because you know what's interesting is Lorenzo and I and my wife, pandemic hits, we go in my garage. We're filming in my garage in Vegas. I don't have a big garage, number one. My garage is not insulated, nor is there AC in that garage. Matter of fact, we had to turn off the portable AC to film. And so we're like, do I have a fever? Am I dying? Am I okay? Welcome to Avenue Church. We're so glad you're here, But in a great tragedy like that, you know how many people we met that had no idea how to film or record? They didn't know how to film a song, a worship set, a sermon, an announcement. We want to be a recording studio that could be open to our city and say, hey, come on in. We'll record that message for you. We'll record that video announcement. We'll record that whatever it is. Man, you feel a call or business, whatever it is. We'll do these are all things that are on our heart. And man, God could keep adding to this. I love what even Steve and Jackie said in the video. Proverbs chapter 13 is what they quoted. A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children, and that's what I want to do. Man, whenever I go and I'm in heaven and God heals me, I'm going to go, Marco Polo, I heard you got it. Because I can hear again. Whenever I go to heaven, I want to leave a legacy for Levi, for his children. Man, I want to leave a legacy in my family, my life, number one, but number two, I want to leave a legacy in the city, in the United States. That if Avenue were to ever close, would our city miss us? And number one, it's never going to close because God said the gates of hell will not prevail against it. But number two, it's God's church. But it says, but the sinner's wealth is laid up for the righteous. It's laid up for the righteous. There's a building out there somewhere that people will look at it just like they looked at Nehemiah on the wall, Dunatos. And they said, how? It did all the things that Pastor listed that's on his how? I mean, how many know? I think we need a big building, not to have a big building, but to have big ministry. Our city doesn't need another mega church. They need a church building mega people. That's what we need. Good preaching always rhymes. By the 1 Samuel chapter 14, Jonathan said to his young armor bearer, I love this context because Jonathan said, they're hiding and they're afraid, but perhaps God will act on our behalf. Nothing can hinder the Lord from saving. And I want you to hear my heart. Perhaps God will give us a building, but if he doesn't, we're not stopping. We're still going to make an impact here, there, and everywhere. Understand that. It is not, trust me. But I feel like we could do more ministry if we don't have to set up and tear down. I feel like we could do more ministry. I mean, even last week we're crying. I was like, drain the tank, the baptism tank. Drain it. I'll be here all day, But I love this. Jonathan said, hey, this is what perhaps God will. And the armor bearer said, do all that you have in mind. Go ahead. I'm with you, heart and soul. At this moment, the armor bearer could have said, that's crazy. He could have said, there's only one sword between the two of us. You know how many are over there? This is insane. You know what's interesting is vision moves at the pace of generosity. One sets the vision, and the other sets the pace. Can I be really transparent with you? Next year, we're going to be 5 years. I'm going super long. I apologize, church. Next year's going to be 5 years. Can I just share with you? Do we have to wait till you're 20? And I know there's a learning process and a learning journey. But God didn't go, yo, John, your dad has got a lot more years on you, and he's the king. Hey, Jonathan, you better know your place before you go up there. God said, let's go. And he caused confusion. God fought his battles. The entire army didn't go, whoa, look at Jonathan. The entire army said, whoa, look at God. And they came out from hiding, and they joined in on the battle. Here's my heart today. Here's what I want to finish with. And the point is this. Whoever sows sparingly will also reap sparingly, and whoever sows bountifully will also reap bountifully. Steve and Jackie talked about this. They didn't say, man, we just couldn't sacrificially give because they were giving in their abundance because every time they sacrificially gave, God sacrificially gave back. And here's what I love. Each must give as he has decided in his heart, not reluctantly or under compulsion. For God loves a cheerful giver. This week, legacy offering, we do this every year. Every year. If you're brand new with us, just receive today. Man, if God says, puts an amount in your heart, whatever, be obedient to God because he's going to open up the windows of heaven. He's going to pour out a blessing over your life. But at the beginning of this week, my wife's like, we have coffee every morning in the front. She's like, let's be praying about our amount. Because how many know we give as well? I ain't just up here, blah, 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 and then, but we give as well. And she goes, let's take some time, let's pray. And it was literally like this. And I go, well, I have an amount. And she goes, what's your amount? I go, you tell me the amount first, And she said the amount, and it was the exact amount I believe the Lord told me. It took 10 seconds. And we just knew. You know what I love? Makes me cheerful. It is not like, ramen noodles this week, But it's like, I am giving what God decided in my heart, not reluctantly, not because I have to, But here's and I never saw this before. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 9. And I got to close, worship team. We're going to pivot and get out of here, okay? But here's what the next one says. And he who supplies seed to the sower and bread for food will supply and multiply your seed. They'll supply and multiply your seed and increase the harvest of your righteousness. You will be enriched in every way, to be generous in every way, which through will produce thanksgiving to God. I love this because when you give your heart and soul, God will supply and multiply. So church, will you stand with me, please? And let's just take just a moment. Worship team, if you're able to do that song in maybe just a minute or so. Terry, I know you're going to be back there in just a minute or so. But church, I want to encourage you. I want you to ask God. We'll never ask you to give. But today is Legacy Sunday for our church, to propel the vision of our church here, there, and everywhere. Yes. And we're not passing buckets. We're not doing that. We have giving boxes, and we got online. On the envelopes, there's Legacy check mark. That's all we're going to do, because we're crazy enough to say it is your choice for you to ask God, to say, God, thank you. So just take a minute or so. I want you to close your eyes. Man, I want you to just ask God.